Hello, I'm Yasmin, and in today's video, we'll be looking at different data types in C++. So we have int for integers, which are whole numbers. We have char for single digits, single alphabet symbols, or empty spaces. We have bool for true or false. There's float and double. Okay, let's go into it. For int, you can say int age is equal to 34 and see out the age is, let me see, put in age here. Right, so we also have char, which is for you can use it for single alphabets or symbols. It can even contain nothing at all. It could be an empty space. And for char, we enclose them in single quotation marks. So we can say char symbol is equal to, then in the single quotes, let's use the hashtag symbol, then terminate. So see out, the symbol is symbol. Okay. We also have string. Now, string can be used for a combination of letters, numbers, symbols. It can also be empty, and that would be a null string. And with string, we enclose them in double quotation marks. So, string, let's give it, let's name a sentence is equal to, we are coding. Yes, so we can see out the sentence is, then we name the sentence here. Okay. We also have the bool type. Bool is for true or false values, and true is yes or one in binary, and false is no or zero. So you can say bool is coding is equal to true. We also have the float for floating points. Float is used for decimals. Float is used for decimals with single precision. So we can say float temperature is equal to, let's say, 37.5. And then we have double. So double is used for double precision, which basically means it can take more digits than floats. So it can take more digits after the decimal point. So double, let's put it down here. Let's say speed is equal to, and let's just give it a random decimal value with a lot of, yes. Then we have long double. Long double is for extended precision. So you see, we use floats for decimals. If you are dealing with larger decimals, you use double. And if you are dealing with even larger decimals, then you use long double. So we can say long double radius is equal to, let's give it an absurdly large decimal value, like so. Okay, so let's see out the temperature is, okay. Now I'm not going to see out the double and long double because when we use see out, it actually cuts down on the number of digits we have here. You can try it on your own later on. So, but you can tell the system, there's a way to tell the system to include all the digits. But just know when you're using it in calculation, the computer uses all the digits that are available there. Okay. Now, there's a way to check the size of the data type or the variable you've created. You use size of, so we can say see out. Let's say the size of int is, and use size of, bring your bracket, bring your parenthesis, and put int in the end line. Now we can copy this, just copy and paste this line. Now we can change this to, let's make this blue, and then change this to blue. And then we can, let's use one of the variables we created. Let's use sentence. And then just replace the int we have here with the sentence. And then the last one, let's use let's use is, no, we've already used bool, so let's use symbol, and then put symbol here. Okay, now just when we output everything, it will come together, and I want there to be a separation so we know the difference between the upper ones and the lower ones. So I'm going to say C out, and then just put in a line break like so. Now we should build, no errors, can run the code. Okay, let me move it this way. So you see everything. So the integer age is 34. The symbol is a hashtag. The sentence we are coding. Temperature 37.5. The size. So the size of the integer data type is 4 bytes. That's the number. That's the amount of space it's taking. Bool is 1. String here, the variable sentence is taking 32. Actually, string data types take 32 bits. So, and then for symbol, which is a char, it takes 1. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about initialization and declaration of a variable. So right now you see I indicate the data type, then I give it a name, and I use the initialization symbol, which is the equal to sign, and then assign it a variable. So for int age, we gave it 34. So what I have done right now is I have initialized it. But let me come down here. If I were to just say int score and leave it as this, I have declared it. So my system knows that there is a variable called score and it is an integer data type. But we haven't assigned any actual value to it, like any numerical value. So once we assign a value to it, say score is equal to 90, now we have initialized it. So that's the difference between initialization and declaration. With declaration, you indicate the data type and the name, but then with initialization, you assign an actual value to it. Okay, now let's look at signed and unsigned. So for signed, they go with signed and unsigned. Are used for int data types. Now, signed can take negative or positive value. It can take negative or positive for the numbers, but unsigned can only take positive. So let's say I have a let's name a variable. Let's use score. So I have declared it. Now I have initialized it because I have assigned a value of 90 to the score variable. Now let's create another one. Let's just copy and paste this. Oops, I made a mistake. Okay. Let's let's give it a different name. Let's say height. No, actually, let's say depth. And let's make it a negative value. Say negative 200. Now let's create unsigned. So we can copy and paste this and then change the signed to unsigned. Give it a different name here. Let's name this height. And then so let's initialize height by by giving it a value of 74. And then another unsigned here. And let's name it credit score. And let's give it a value. It will also be a negative value actually. Let's give it a value of negative 90. Now we want to see out all this. We want to display all this. So see out. Let's just so we say score. The score is okay. So let's copy and paste this line. Okay. And say the so we'll change the name here. So this will be the depth. Put depth here. And this will be the height. We change this to height. And the last one, credit score. We change it here. Okay. So just like the first one, I want there to be a space between them. So I'll copy this line break. and paste it here. Okay, so let's build. No errors. Now run. So now ignoring the first two sections we've already looked at. So the score is okay. It has changed the score to negative 90. Sign int score is it has changed the score to negative 90. Oh, I made a mistake. Sorry. I assigned I initialized both of them with the same name. Okay. Wait, I see an error here. So this error, your compiler won't flag it because it doesn't actually affect the running of the code. Code will still run, just won't run how you want it to. So you see down here too, I've left score unchanged. So I have to change that credit score. And now no errors. And now when we run it, okay. So you see the 90 remains 90, the negative 200, negative 200, 74, 74. But our negative 90 here is giving us this huge value, this random value we haven't seen before. This is because unsigned can only take positive or zero actually. So if you put in a negative value, the computer will just display a random value for you. Okay. Now let's talk about scopes. We have what we call local scopes and global scopes. All these variables I have declared and initialized inside the main function are local scopes. If I were to create one outside the main function, that would be a global scope. Let's say int weight is equal to 78. Now I come inside and I say cout weight. No, my bad. Weight. Okay. Then run. Now you see the 78 is showing, even though it was declared outside the main function. So this is a global scope. And we can use global scopes for functions. In the later videos, in the in the later videos, I'll be working with global and local scopes. Scope. Yes. So in the subsequent videos, I'll show you how to use global scopes. The global scope can be above or below. When below, you have to make sure to indicate you still when you create the variable outside of the scope, so in the global scope, you still have to call for it in the main function on your computer because everything in the main function is what runs. So notice that if I put cout outside the main function and I say wait and I terminate, I'm getting an error because you cannot you cannot display a global scope outside. You cannot call for it outside. So if you are going to use the cout, it must be within the main function. Okay. So this has been today's video and I will see you next time in the next video. Thank you.